Welcome to Accreditation Made Easy, the podcast that takes the stress out of accreditation. I am your host, Areaka Jewell, and in each episode, we'll deliver actionable tips, expert insights, and practical strategies to help streamline the process. And of course, make your work life a little easier. Now, whether you're tackling policies, preparing for assessments, or just looking for ways to stay ahead, we've got you covered. Let's simplify accreditation, one step at a time. Every proof you attach is your opportunity to clearly show your agency's compliance. And I really want to emphasize that word, clearly. As assessors, we are reviewing hundreds of documents. And so when a proof is hard to read, or it's blurry, or it's incomplete, or it requires extra effort to interpret it, it's going to slow down the entire assessment. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Accreditation Made Easy. I am your host, Areaka Jewell. And today's episode is a little bit of a two-for-one because these two topics really go hand in hand. We're going to talk about choosing the best proof, not just any proof, and then I'll walk you through one of the simplest but most powerful tricks I've learned over the years for getting proofs into the best possible PDF format before uploading them to PowerDMS. And trust me, both of these came straight from my own lessons learned the hard way. So stick with me so that you don't have to go through those struggles that I did. Let's start with choosing the best proof. When you're choosing the best proof, always ask yourself, what format makes this easiest for someone else to review? Now, I've been on plenty of assessments where I literally could not make out the details of the proof. I either had to use the zoom feature in PowerDMS or open it in a separate browser window, and sometimes even then I struggled to see what I was supposed to be verifying. And when that happens, it's not just frustrating, it introduces doubt. Even the proof technically meets the requirement, poor presentation is going to work against you. So whenever possible, I recommend using a digital copy of the document if it exists. If it's a document saved on your computer already, maybe it's an email, whatever, I recommend the digital copy first. Some other acceptable options might be a clean scanned copy, maybe a screenshot, or even a photo. But keep in mind, it's got to be legible, properly oriented, and easy to view inside PowerDMS. Next, you want to make sure the proof is complete. And what I mean by that is check that all the required fields are filled out, signatures are present, and dates are clearly visible if they're required. Sometimes you'll receive an incomplete proof from someone internally. That's not just a problem to fix. Think of it as an opportunity to educate your staff on why complete documentation matters and how it ties directly into accreditation. If sometimes things slip through the cracks, this is where mock assessments literally earn their value. That extra set of eyes, they can catch outdated proofs, missing signatures, or documents that simply don't show what they need to. That feedback before your formal assessment, priceless. All right, so a quick gut check. Good proof should be clear, legible, sized appropriately for PowerDMS, and dated within the required time frame and fully completed. Now let's talk about the second half of today's episode. How do you get your proofs into a perfect PDF format? Because this is where I personally hit a wall for a long time. I was an accreditation manager and I was feeling like I was losing my mind. I would have PDFs that looked crystal clear on my computer, But the second I uploaded them into PowerDMS and I viewed them inside the assessment, everything changed. Words would look blurry. Sometimes the letters would overlap. The formatting would shift. It made absolutely no sense. And I tried everything that I could think of. Eventually, I called PowerDMS customer support and we did a screen share so I could show them exactly what was happening. And after several attempts and a lot of head scratching, the rep finally suggested something that I had never considered before. She said, open the document, choose print, and instead of selecting an actual printer, she said choose Microsoft Print to PDF. And what that does is it creates a flattened version of the document, basically a snapshot of exactly what you see on the screen without any layers, no embedded features, or formatting quirks. And once I did that and uploaded the newly created PDF into PowerDMS, everything stopped shifting. Nothing moved, nothing blurry. It looked exactly the way it was intended to look. And honestly, it felt like magic. Since then, Microsoft Print to PDF has been my go-to method, but not instantly because, mind you, for decades, I've done the save as PDF, whether it was a Word document, PowerPoint, whatever. So I had to train myself to choose Microsoft Print to PDF. Now, whether the proof starts out as a Word document, Excel spreadsheet, PowerPoint file, email, even an existing PDF, if you're putting it into your assessment and it's looking skewed or whatever, try printing it to Microsoft Print to PDF before you upload it. Here's the good news. So don't stress about it. You don't need to go back and redo everything you've already uploaded. I would only do this and revisit the proofs if when you're reviewing them, they look a little off when you view them inside the assessment. All you have to do is reprint them this way and it can fix the issue almost instantly. So today's takeaway? Choosing the right proof and presenting it well matters more than most people realize. Clear, complete, easy to view documents is going to make life easier for assessors and benefits everyone involved. Sometimes the smallest technical tweak, like printing to Microsoft Print to PDF, can make a huge difference. Now, I've created 2 companion documents today to go along with both of these topics, one on choosing the best proof and another one walking you through the Microsoft Print to PDF process step by step. You'll find links to both in the show notes. Now, if you found this episode helpful, please consider sharing it. And if you're not already signed up for my free helpful tips inside my content hub, where you will get notified when a new podcast is published or anything else, really, to sign up, just go to accreditationacademy.net/sign up. That's all I have for you today, friends. Thanks so much for listening. And until next time, let's keep making accreditation easy, one step at a time.